And we are live. Welcome to Rascal Comedy, you rascals. It's me, your host, Jack Mack. You can see it. I've got my name right here. It's great to be here.
Woo!
It's great to be here in my room. So welcome to Rascal Comedy. If it's your first time watching, I can explain how the show works. It's kind of like a mix between Ellen and the Rose of Tralee. I've got some lovely comedians. I sit them down. I talk to them. Who are you? Why should we laugh at you? And then they hit the stage. It's a new formula I've been working on. To be honest, I just stole it from Graham Norton. So yeah, it worked well for him. So what's happening this week? I feel like we've taken a bit of a step back with COVID. You know, we were doing so well, and then the government were like, we weren't doing well enough, you know. Even when COVID started, I didn't understand why people were freaking out. Like, were they not reading the Chinese headlines? COVID-19, breathtaking, you know, hitting more numbers than the plague. And now, by law, if you want to go on public transport, you have to wear one of these bad boys, especially in shops as well. And if you don't wear one on public transport, you can get 6 months in jail or you'll be fined €2,500. Like, imagine ended up in jail and your man's like, what are you in for? Murder? No, I didn't wear a mask. And he's like, ugh, get away from me. You know? I work in retail and I think the masks are pointless because customers come in and they go, oh, no. But sorry, sir, what did you say? They go, I said this COVID's awful, isn't it? Thank you for that. Yeah. It's been mad. And like the government as well have decided to open up flights from America. Like, why? What? And they say, oh, don't worry, we can trust them. Like, I don't trust Americans. They spell the date wrong. They go they go month, date, year. You know, like the 11th of the September just doesn't have the same ring to it. It doesn't have the same ring. So I don't know what they're going to do. Like, walk around Temple Bar. There's no pubs. You know, what were the government thinking? Were they just like, okay, we've got a lot of leprechaun magnets and kiss me, I'm Irish t-shirts. We need to get rid of them. Let's bring the Yanks back. So there we go. That was my comedy. Guys, also, if you're liking the show and you want to give us a bit of a tip, there's a link below. You can buy us a coffee, support the arts. So, yeah. So let's see our comedians. Let's see. Now, we're actually missing Louise. She's trying to get in. We don't know what the crack is. It's not letting her in, but hopefully she'll pop in.
Yes.
Hopefully technology. So how are we doing, guys?
Hey, everybody.
Good. Hey, welcome to the show.
How are we doing?
Yeah. Holding up.
You're holding up, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Got my scented candle over here.
Yeah,
nice, man.
Because I'm one of the boys, you know, me and my bros, we go out shopping for Yankee candles at the weekends.
I think I've got mine here. Oh, here we go. Here's mine.
It's not lavender, isn't it?
Describe the scent there, lads, please. Describe the scent for me, please.
Mine is rose and blackberry leaves, which is not the part of the blackberry I think you want in a candle. I think you want the berry part of the... but, it smells leafy.
Nice. Mine is cedarwood and amber.
Nice.
Cedarwood, I have no idea. The only place you see cedarwood is in a candle. You never see a cedar tree when you're just in this Phoenix Park.
That's where they make candles with that tree. I think lads always like a lady's coming around, like get the candle out. You know, want it to smell nice. Is that why you have that, Matthew?
Yeah, I think my mom might be coming in here later to clean my room, and I just want to make sure that she's
nice.
I know it's pretty.
What smells so? Oh, vanilla and rose, beautiful.
No, I'm not. No ladies in the house during lockdown. Before then, it was crazy. You have no idea, but because of damn COVID,
Matt, you'd love to read your erotic romance novels.
Oh, they're terrific. It's all like he stared at her from across a crowded room. Her lips trembled. They made out and he left. And end of chapter 1. Very sensuous stuff.
700 pages long.
Yeah, but I never describe any of the sex because I don't want any smut in my erotic novels. It's all just like they went into a room, the camera pans off to the right.
Yeah,
It's
come
also
on,
a
this is
children's
normal
book.
people.
As the candle flickers.
Yeah.
Yes. We just
Like-
linger on a candle while they make grunting sounds for 45 minutes.
Peter Wood all over this bad boy.
Sure. Didn't back in the day when they used to show films in like halls, didn't priests, like if there's any sex, they used to put their hand over the projector?
Oh, really? Was that a
Yeah.
thing?
They used to also have like they couldn't show sex, so they used to use visual metaphors to describe that they're having sex, like a train going into a tunnel
Yes.
or things like that.
In and out.
It's all very subtle.
Yeah. Then the film just starts looping and it's just
I'm sorry, this never usually happens.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. So I think I just realized I didn't tell you guys a running order. So I think we'll start with Matthew first. You've already talked about your candle and your erotic novels. How are you, man? How are you, Matthew?
I'm doing very well, Jack. How are you? I think nobody asks the host how he's doing.
They don't care. No, I'm good.
I see sadness behind those eyes.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm back to work now. Back to the retail game. I'm all right.
Yeah. I'm still not at work. I'm still very much isolated at home. I don't think I ever left the 5-kilometer radius when they lifted that. I'm like the guy from the Shawshank Redemption. I've become too comfortable in my prison.
Who now? Andy Laframe?
No, I'm the guy. They released that guy, and then he can't handle the outside world.
Brooks, isn't it?
Reds.
Brooks.
No.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom.
I'm just here with my little pet
Boom.
mouse. And
Morgan Freeman narrating her life. Well, Matthew decided to light a candle again.
Yeah, I have him in my wardrobe. So why would you leave the house when you have
He's
Morgan
just there,
Freeman for company?
tied to a chair, like, please let me go, Matthew. I'll do whatever you want. Any voiceover.
I'm like, yeah, but I just want to be your friend, Morgan. I just want to hang out with you. You don't need to narrate around me. I love you for you.
And I see you've been making some videos, some of the old TikToks.
Yes, I finally caved and joined the movement of my generation with TikTok.
Rabbit hole.
I still don't understand TikTok. I still watch it, and it's just people dancing in the park. I saw people rehearsing a TikTok when I was in the park the last time. They're doing the same dance for 6 hours, and then the video.
One where they're like do.
Yes, that could well be it.
That's probably it, Jeb.
Is it just the one dance? Is that all TikTok is? Is just everybody doing the same?
There's
dance?
trends. There's trends. There's a lot of boobs on TikTok. There's a lot of just girls in bikinis dancing. Like,
oh really?
Maybe that's why you joined. But yeah, there's a lot of. That's why I'm on it. Nice.
As you know, they have websites before TikTok that's pretty much all the internet was.
What?
That's there's these websites where you can go on and they have people having sex and you watch it on the internet.
Well, guys, that's the show. Great show. Camera pans.
Here comes the train.
I was watching.
Louise.
Your camera came on before you realized that Conor and I were in the room, and I was terrified that you were going to start doing something incredibly embarrassing. Because I was just watching you go about your day.
We thought you'd start whipping yourself or something like that.
Yeah, this better be the best show, Jack. You better make them laugh.
I am funny. I gotta show up. I'm funny.
This is why your dad said that you're never a good boy. All the terrible negative connotations.
The reason was because I have your Instagram handles and I was just adding it.
Oh
yes, I am putting up funny sketches. That's what I think we were trying to say, and I'm making another one right now. I'm going to be putting them out hopefully weekly, but yeah, people should follow me to check them out.
I have to say, I did like the reveal. I did like the reveal there.
It was very good. This is a high-tech organization.
Show. Wait till you get a sniff of this.
Yeah, I've been on
Yeah.
other live gigs. They just have cardboard signs. You're
Well,
like, fuck
If
that
it was
shit.
RTE, the player would be crashed by now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, it never works. It never works. And there's always loads of ads, and then they stop, and then they play again, and you're like, for fuck's sake. But the TikTok, I find TikTok, the best thing about it is the editor, because you can just shoot it there and then and upload it. There's not much Mickey Mouse work, you know? Did you find that?
Yeah, no, I do love the editor on there. It's very intuitive, and also most of my videos are just me making a noise, making a funny sound, and then I put that up. So there's not that much editing required. You know.
No, just sound rehearsal.
Yeah, some kids are amazing on that though. Some kids have become like the Stanley Kubrick of TikTok. They're able to do so much shit within the editor.
I love it.
The Stanley
The
Kubrick
field of candles.
Yeah, they're
Stanley
making.
Kubrick on TikTok. That sounds like putting dog glitter on dog shit or something. It just doesn't really go together.
I would love Stanley Kubrick. I don't know if he's still alive, but if he started
No,
making
he's been dead
TikTok,
for about 20 years.
Yeah, he's been, yeah.
He's dead now, yeah. Let me see the Elvis.
yeah, hopefully he'll. We're gonna start that right now. I don't believe Stanley Kubrick's dead. Show me the body. Internet.
I believe he shot the moon landing as well.
Oh well, that's not even a conspiracy theory. That's
He
just.
definitely did it. Guys,
That's
we're
just a
already
fact.
getting heckles. This guy here, Ian, get on with the funny stuff.
Oh, Eno.
Wow.
And then laughing face. He was messing. He was messing. But
Eno. Good man, Eno. Sound engineer.
thank God
Are
you know
you-
him.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you
no.
saying he works as a sound engineer, or he's an engineer who's sound?
Sound.
Yeah. He's both.
Engineer.
He's both.
Sound engineer. Oh, hang on. And Mags is getting involved.
Oh, now she's coming after us.
Oh, she goes, hello, gents,
Chocolate.
and David.
I love you, Max.
Is David not a gent? It's all going down. The audience are very feisty today.
Yeah, they're really coming after David.
Yeah, thank God we can only read them.
No, they're actually staring through my window right now. So.
That's it. Right, now, Matthew, are you ready to hit the stage and do some funny?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Right, guys. Okay, guys. Well, the audience are us. So we're the ones. But even if you're at home, clap. I want you commenting as well, right? Make some noise for the very funny Matthew Tallon, everyone! Woo!
Hey! Oh, how's it going? So like I was saying, yeah, I moved back in with my parents right before quarantine, which I think is, interesting because I have a very tense relationship with my parents. Like this is true, actually. I was born with my umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. And my mother and I have continued with that dynamic ever since, so it's it's interesting, but I am glad I'm back home because where I was living before would be a terrible place to quarantine. I was living in a single bed dorm room with a roommate. So we had to share a bed, and he made me top and tail so as not to seem gay, which I think is homophobic and ignorant. But the joke is on him because I was actually really turned on by his feet. That's what I'm doing to stop injustice, 1 foot fetish at a time. But dating has been weird over quarantine, I guess. Speaking of that, like, I don't know, I went out for a run yesterday and I spat on the run and the wind blew the spit back inside my mouth. And that's the closest I've come to making out in 4 months, I loved it. It was an exciting experience. Really turned me on. But no, I found that a lot easier because I am kind of awkward dating wise usually. I'm a very awkward person. Like before lockdown, I met a girl in a bar and we were getting on really great. And we went back to my place and we were in bed together. And my roommate was like, I don't know which way to face now. This changes everything. No, but we were having sex and I was wearing a Trojan condom, and halfway through the condom broke, and these Greek guys jumped out of it and murdered her. But now I do blame my parents to round up for a lot of my problems in relationships, because my parents never taught me about sex. They just left me to figure it out by myself, which I think is very strange because I don't know if this is too personal for like an online comedy show, but sex is actually how I was conceived. So I think it's weird. I think it's strange not to tell your kids about it, because they hear just random stuff in other places. Like I have this friend, and when we were 13 years old, she heard that women sometimes like to masturbate using a shower nozzle, So she tried it and dislocated both of her shoulders. Yeah, because they had a mounted shower head. Not at all detachable from the wall. Just I don't know if any of you have ever tried to do a handstand in the rain. It's a very slippery situation. But I'm gonna finish up there. I just want to say real quick before I go that thanks, Jack, for having me. And I've been doing a lot of these online comedy shows. I perform for hundreds of different audiences and thousands of different people. But listeners, I really do mean it when I say that you have been the most recent. And that comes from the bottom of my heart. So thank you very much for having me.
Matthew Tallon, everyone! Woo! Oh, that's so nice. You've been the most recent audience he's had.
The most, I'm telling you.
So nice,
I've not done any gigs in the past 5 minutes. It's crazy.
You wouldn't do any more gigs though. You wouldn't cheat on us.
Oh no, actually, I need to go now because I'm just gonna go perform downstairs for my dogs.
That's okay, man. Have fun.
Thank you. No, I'll stick around.
Good lad. So
I'll do Louise's set as well. I'll just
yeah. Louise is struggling, bless her. I don't know. She's still trying. To get in.
That was very good.
Let's look at the. Okay, so hang on. Mag's got back to us. I could trim your fringe, Matthew. €8.
I actually cut this myself. I did this. I cut my own hair to try and get back some sense of control in this chaotic universe, and the universe won again. So, but no, I like my.
Say, nice hand action.
Thank you, Mags. I need something to use this space for.
I wish all our hecklers were this nice. Usually they're like your shit.
Yeah, could you imagine doing a real gig and somebody's just like, nice hand action?
Love your hair. Oh, thank you. So we're gonna move on to Conor. Conor, man. Speaking of hair, your hair has changed since I saw you last.
It's completely gone. Yeah, I was assaulted by a lawnmower, and this is what happened to me.
What was his hair like?
Grassy.
As we were saying, you look like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse
Now. Yeah, I was thinking that. It's just like I've gone through like a negative downward spiral when it comes to my mental health. So hopefully it will get better soon.
It's bad because your mental health was pretty poor to begin with.
Yeah, it's gotten worse
I
now.
didn't think there was much room to go.
I'm like hanging on by a thread. So
right. Well, hopefully this will be a good therapy session for you. Rather than a comedy gig. But so how's your lockdown been? Has it been productive?
It's been a combination of very, very severe cabin fever and also quite enlightening.
Oh, enlightening. In what sense?
So you are my psychologist then, okay. I don't know.
How does that make you feel?
You find out stuff by yourself when you have so much time to just sit and think, thoughts come into your head. That might surprise you, but yeah.
What type of thoughts? Happy thoughts? Sad thoughts?
Both. This isn't very funny. Sorry, I'm not very good at this format.
Humor is the last thing on our minds. We just want to know you're safe.
Yeah, I will say though, have been releasing a load of videos like Matthew on TikTok, but I've been releasing them on Bebo, and they haven't been getting as much traction, and I don't know why. I think I might try to move over to MySpace, so hopefully things will start to pick up from there.
Bebo's where it's at. Yeah, that's where all the cool kids are.
Yeah, it's a huge new format. It's gonna it's gonna explode soon. You know, I'm totally ahead of the curve.
Do you remember Bebo? It was just full of cyberbullying, like my top 50, my other half. You know, giving love. Yeah, I didn't like Bebo.
Yeah, it's like teenagers' first real encounter with cyberbullying.
Yeah. I think there was like a 10-year period where people didn't realize that shit you said online actually mattered at all.
Or
So people had no filter.
Well, I feel like the same with Twitter. You know, people just, they don't know that the people they're talking to are humans. They're like, "Fuck you!"
It's the type of thing that keeps people up at night. They just go, "Did I put pictures of when I was Mr. T in blackface back in 2006 on my Bebo page?" It's just like
scroll.
Yeah, that sounded way too specific, Connor.
Yeah. Give us your Mr. T impression.
No, yeah, but Twitter is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, what annoys me at Twitter gives me notifications. Like, oh my god, look what she said here. Like, almost trying to egg you on. Oh, check out this tweet here. What's going on? Like,
yeah, Twitter. They just want us all to hate each other because that keeps us on their thing.
Oh,
exactly.
There's been a lot of great hate going on Twitter recently, and I've been getting lots of popcorn and just eating it at the side. Keeping a distance, but just kind of enjoying everything that's happening, you know.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say there's been a lot of great hate going on, and I've been the one doing it.
And I just like to say, guys, keep it up.
I'm coming out right now as the pro hate comedian Conor Browne.
Pro hate.
I hate everybody.
No particular races. I do all races.
You're not racist. You'll insult anyone.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll leave no ethnicity or orientation. Yeah. Everyone is up for grabs.
The Don Rickles of Dublin.
Racist because you're like, okay, it's fair game. Everyone's equal here.
Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity hater.
No, it does make you. It does make you an asshole, just not a racist one.
Very true. Yes, it does make you an
ass. I'll take that as a compliment. Yes,
but I mean, like, even like I know in some of your sets you've told people to go back to their country.
That's completely taken out of context.
That's on your Edinburgh poster. That's
go back to where you come from. I actually might as well say that joke now to give it some context. Okay.
Oh, was that when the soldier? Was that you?
The soldier?
Yeah. Did the U.S. Marine come and attack you on stage?
Oh no!
That was Altamash.
That was me. I know what you're talking about. I was there when that happened. That was Altamash.
That was great. Maybe we should tell people about that in case they want to know.
Do you want to just give you some context?
What happened? Someone got attacked?
We were in Tarek's comedy show thing. It was in where was it? It wasn't.
It was in the fourth corner.
Yeah,
in the Liberties.
And we were downstairs, and it was going fine. And then Altamash went on stage. Oh, bear in mind, there was someone at the very front who was an American Marine. He served in Iraq.
Oh my God! No.
And he was with his wife, who was Iraqi, I think. But anyway, he got on stage. So just to give you some context, Altamash is a Muslim. Is he from Bangladesh or Pakistan? I can't remember. But he basically got up on stage and goes, I felt, when it comes to 9/11, I feel really bad as a Muslim, It makes you feel really bad because we lost 2 of our best pilots. Or was it 8 of our best pilots?
Yeah.
No.
His wife got up. The Marine's wife just got up and left, and he got up as well and discussed. And then we were all just looking at each other. What happened there? And then Tarek got back on stage, and then the U.S. Marine basically kicked the door back open and started shouting abuse at us. Basically,
I thought
it was really uncomfortable.
Abuse at. I bet he threw.
It was a combination of like, oh, I know it's a joke, I know how to laugh, blah blah blah, and then he got really serious, and it was just like, this is really uncomfortable. I don't want to be here.
Talking about how much he loved murder as well. He was like,
he talked about killing people in Iraq.
I love killing people. Killing people, it's amazing. And there's just a bunch of people there. Like, I would like to say something to this person, but also he's talking about how much he loves murder.
Murder, yeah.
And I don't think I want to take that on.
No way. You run.
he seemed like he had a lot of his issues that he hadn't come to terms with, particularly a lot of severe PTSD or something like that. It was very unsettling.
We're all comedians, right? I've been thinking about politics a lot. Is there any use getting into politics? Because I feel like everything just blows up now. Like, should we stay away from it?
To be fair, I do feel like there's a bit of a space between, I think that this thing should be paid for by the government. I think this thing shouldn't be. And I love killing people. That's on the very extremist end.
Well, that's just your opinion, Matthew.
Yeah, maybe
getting very political now.
Well, yeah, you can give your opinion, but I suppose it has to be kind of subtle. The comedy has to come first.
I think it just has to be funny. And obviously, oh my god!
I made it!
Jason!
Here to
she did it!
Save the
I'm
day.
so happy to see you.
Yeah, just had to, turn it off and turn it back on again.
I didn't, because you were messaging me like, I don't know what's happening. I was like, I don't know either.
I know, yeah, sorry. And I wouldn't mind, but I work with IT. I'm not in IT, but I work with IT. You would not know that from the last 30 minutes of my life.
Did you ring someone up and go like, listen, I've got a gig?
Yeah, I mean, where was your tech support, Jack? I was expecting I could ring somebody in a call center.
And it just comes to me with a different accent. Hello?
Yeah.
Somebody McKenna's very busy right now. But you're here. The show was getting very, I feel like it was getting very political. We're talking about politics and comedy. Should they go together?
No. I know.
Louise has decided.
No,
Joan Rivers.
If it's a good enough take on it, it's fine. But yeah, sometimes it's not worth it for the controversy.
No, I don't think so. Not for when someone's like, do you know what? I love killing.
Yeah, I know. I heard that one too.
Really? Killing, eh?
Is that politics, really? Or just, generally your morals?
I'm trying to lean more to Robin Williams, Bill Bailey. There's no politics. It's all just madness.
Good madness.
As I said, as my monologue was about the current climate and situation. Anyway, back to Conor. Conor, so you're good, man. Your mental health, you're with friends. That's all I want to say. But are you ready to hit the stage and do some
I think I'm ready. I can do some jokes.
I think you could even do the joke that I'm not going to.
That you took completely out of context, trying to do a character assassination on me.
In his head right now, he's just like, how do I write a joke about this to make it seem okay?
Well, I'll work it out within the next 5 milliseconds.
All right, guys, put your hands together. Big clap for Conor Browne.
Thank you very much, Jack and fellow colleagues. Just to deal with the elephant in the room, I should probably talk about that first joke. So the whole idea behind it was that for the longest time, particularly recently, I'm always really sensitive. I'm always really terrified that I might, if I'm around a group of people who come from a different background or different ethnicity from me, I'm always really scared that I might accidentally do or say something that is offensive, even though there's none taken. There's no offense supposed to be given. And this stems from an incident that happened to me while I was going for a run in the Phoenix Park. And at the time, I was really unfit. I basically had the cholesterol of a fried egg. I was sweating buckets. And I got to the part of the Phoenix Park, that leads into Dublin City, the gate there. And I came across this lovely Pakistani couple stop me. And they're just like, oh, sorry, do you mind if we just, we got lost. We were in Dublin City and we came into the park looking for directions. We're looking for Dublin City Centre. Do you know where it is? And I was thinking to myself, don't worry, I'll tell you exactly where it is. And I was thinking inside my head, okay, what they need to do is they need to go from the Phoenix Park back into Dublin City, and they need to take the first right over the bridge, and then they can go to Houston Station, and then they can get a tram from Houston Station, and after about 4 or 5 stops on the tram, they would roughly get to Dublin city centre. That's not what I said. What I said was, you need to go back to where you came from. Yeah. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. They didn't call me a racist or anything, but they did run away. So that was a good compromise for me. But people have been talking a lot lately about how there is a lot of contentiousness or controversy about race recently. People talk about how people claim that, I'm not racist. I've never said anything racist in my life. But the thing is, racism is so embedded into the social fabric of society that you might be doing things that are racist and you wouldn't even know, particularly people who describe themselves as liberal or progressive. So what I've done is I've developed a query or a questionnaire that can basically find out if someone is racist. And what it involves is you can find out how racist or bigoted someone is. There's a correlation between that and what age you were when you found out Uncle Ben and the rice packet wasn't an actual person. So I found out mine 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I need to work on myself. So I'm I don't know about you, but there does seem to be a lot of conflict in the Middle East. It seems like this has been going on for ages. I was reading this book. It's called Conquest of the Middle East. And I was reading through it. It's a huge book. And as I was going through it, they were talking about the Iran-Contra affair. And there was a little footnote in there, which was really interesting. And if you don't know what the Iran-Contra affair is, it is basically happened during the 1980s. And it was when, at the height of the Cold War, when America and Iran were supposed to be enemies, the CIA needed money for weapons to kind of fund their operations abroad, but they had no money. Congress wasn't giving them money. So what they did was they went into Iran pretending that they were Irish arms dealers, and they used fake Irish passports to get in. And they used the weapons that they sold to fund these operations. And no one in the US government knew about it. No one in Congress knew about it. The US public didn't know about it. And they were basically caught because an Iranian guard, Iranian border security guard, found out that they had spelled on their passport, they had the Irish passport had Baile Ata Cliath on it, but they had spelled Baile Ata Cliath wrong, which is Irish for Dublin. But what I want to know is what member of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard found out that they'd spelled Baile Ata Cliath wrong. Wait a second. There is no further on the A. Is that my time, Jack, or will I do one more?
That's your time, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, everyone. And funny enough, Conor. Uncle Ben. So what happens when you're running late and you've got, sure, look, I'll just buy Uncle Ben's and I'll have it after the show. Yeah. I didn't know he was going to mention that. We didn't
And then
plan
Conor
that.
ruins it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He was such an inspirational character for me, and realizing he doesn't exist, it's just a horrible.
Yeah,
What,
he's like your Santa Claus.
They just
Like
designed this
Santa
man's
Claus.
face.
But if you look at the boardroom of Uncle Ben's or that company, they're all just white. It's just like, I thought it was like, oh, that's really inspiring. A black man who kind of overcame the struggles of racism in America to make this product that's sold all over the world. And then you realize it wasn't even a person. Shocking.
It's like Häagen-Dazs. Häagen-Dazs is like, it's not German, it's American. Like, what sounds nice and European? Oh, Häagen-Dazs. Let's go with that.
Oh my God, Ben and Jerry better exist, or I swear I'm just gonna whole way in my room.
Häagen-Dazs, Uncle Ben. What next?
I know, dreadful. Anyway,
I think Häagen-Dazs. It doesn't sound very like, I don't know, exotic or tasty. Kind of.
I bet they were like, Germany is exotic.
Mm.
They know what they're doing.
Häagen-Dazs is actually, there's a weird story behind that name. It's actually Danish, but it's Danish gibberish. It's like it was an American Jewish guy who made it up because he was so kind of grateful for the Danes for like saving 95% of the Jews during World War II. They all sent them off to Sweden where it was safe. And
Nice.
because of that, he wanted to make an ice cream show his appreciation for the Danes. So he just made up a word Haagen-Dazs because he thought it sounded Danish.
It was the guys got you some Haagen-Dazs.
It's a true story.
They're like, we don't call it back. Like, oh.
He thought making fun of how they talked was the only way to pay his respects.
The French didn't do that.
That'd be like making an Irish ice cream called Diddly Diddly. It would just
Diddly
be
Diddly. Ooh, like a drink called Diddly Diddly.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, guys. Let's see. Actually, let's see the comments. We got one new comment. Oh, Ian's back. He's hitting us hard. And you also, Louise, you got a hey. People are happy to see you. So let's move on to our next guest. It is David. David up the parish.
Oh, how you doing?
Up the parish, Gilna.
The Mecca that is Swords County, Dublin.
Oh, you're a very proud Dublin man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Someone's
the king,
gonna be.
It's magical here in the parish. We've got pennies, pavilions.
You got pennies? It's more than I have. Like, I love Dublin. I think Dublin's brilliant. You know, the fact that you can walk to the shop in Mayo, we don't have that.
You don't have shops in Mayo? What?
No, but like, I lived in really rural Mayo.
Yeah.
That you had to like cycle. Tesco was like an hour cycle.
Do you still sacrifice outsiders to the sun god? Is that still a thing?
No, it was locals. So yeah, David, back. Good to have you, man. So you were supposed to be on tour.
What?
You were supposed to be.
Yeah.
You were supposed to be on tour.
Yeah, it was literally got pulled the day before. But don't mention the war, which is Aer Lingus, still trying to get my refund. They were saying that I was allowed to fly as an Irish citizen, but the American embassy was saying different. Aer Lingus wanted me to go on a plane to New York to get denied and go back. Shout out bastards.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I didn't. That's terrible.
Yeah. No, the tour got pulled literally on. I was flying out on the Friday, and we had a gig for Aware on the Monday, which would be in the 16th, and that was still going to go ahead. And then I think we pulled it on the Sunday, and then obviously St. Patrick's Day, all our gigs were cancelled. And then I was flying out on Friday, and then I think it was late Thursday that the embassy made the announcement that I couldn't fly.
Oh, it happened really quick, didn't it? Like literally, it was like, right, okay, we got to close everything down.
Oh, like I tell you what was worse, actually, getting my visa. There was 10 people in front of me in the American embassy who got declined, and they don't give you a reason, but everyone can hear the conversation. That was a scary place. The
Really?
people are flying back. Oh yeah, you can hear everything. And it was so nerve-wracking to come up because they'd ask you a question and then they'd leave and then they'd come back. I think it took me 55 minutes before I got approved for the visa.
Fucking hell. See, I've done none of this. So they go, you.
Yeah.
What? Have you seen like Four Alarms and Hogs things like, what did Martin Luther King do? And he's like, he was assassinated. Correct.
Yeah. Well, because
the biggest company, McDonald's.
I got held for like 23 hours when I was traveling around America, and it stays with you. And what happens is, so when I was going through customs, 2 people came out, brought me inside, and I had loads of history books about the Irish Republican Army and the proclamation, and they just started asking me questions about, I was just loved history. And then I was held for like 23 hours, and then they let me into the country. But every time I go to America, I used to have paperwork to say that I'm here for work or to visit family. And then you can preempt what they're going to ask you. So that I got stopped one time because I said, here's my paperwork. And she goes, what are you talking about? I'm not going to ask those questions. I was like, well, you are. And they're like, no. So, yeah. I
mean, this is a country that on the form, they say, are you a terrorist?
Yeah. Have you been involved in genocide? No.
Imagine if you were like, yes. Like, yes, we finally got one.
But then we rebooked the tour for the. I was flying out September 11th just because it was cheaper flights, and good day. Good day flying to New York, So then I got the news about a month ago from the venues that I was going to be going from September to December, but obviously it's peaked again. So hopefully I'll be out in the March for the Boston Arts Centre.
I hope so, man. Really hope so. And your play is called, what's it called? I've got it wrote down here. A Bolt from the Blue.
'Tis when lightning strikes on a sunny day. And that's what happened to me. Bang. Both from the blue.
Because if the viewers don't know this, but David was struck by lightning.
Yes.
In Boston, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I've been selling it ever since.
Was this on the set of Dawn of the Dead? Is that true?
No, I worked on that as that was amazing. That was in Canada. And then what happened was I got offered a job to work with that production company for a year, but I decided to go back to Coola to study theatre studies, which is a big mistake. And a year later, I was going back to meet the same production company in Boston. We were living in Southie. Now, I love Boston. Boston was like mini Ireland, full of crooks and great people and great crack. And we were working on a building site, and it was coming up to July 4th weekend, and we were just building good partitions in the apartment. And there was a ladder on the balcony, and the ladder started to shake. There was kids. We were on the 4th floor, and there was kids playing downstairs in the next door neighbor's garden. So as I went to grab the ladder from stopping it to strike, that's when the lightning hit. I just have to walk in the path. So lightning always knows where it's going to strike. So the ladder started to move because that's where it was going to hit. And then as I walked, the lightning hit my right hand. I flew back, and then I woke up in the intensive care unit in Boston Medical Center.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
My mates played a good joke with me because when I woke up, I didn't know if I was alive or dead. And I was like, because I had no movement from my neck. And they were all like, I was like, where am I? And they're like, you're not here anymore. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Were they Irish?
Yeah, they're lads with me. They were just taking the mick, like, to say that. Because I was like, yeah, but...
You know, your mate gets hit by lightning, could have been killed, and they're like, it'd be hilarious if we did this to him.
Yeah, no, it was just literally, literally paralyzed from the neck down. And that was like... Yeah.
And is the play about your experience?
Yeah, so literally it's just that whole, it's me talking about that experience of being a young kid going to America, living out your dreams, and all of a sudden you're told that's it, your life is over, you'll never walk again, my vision was going to be impaired, the sensitivity issues, burned from the inside out, like just literally just, that's it. But I remember one thing was my health insurance. So I had a policy with VHI, and they sent me flowers, by the way, when I was in a coma, because they never had anyone hit by lightning on the policy, right? So they wanted me to die because it cost them so much money. So the flowers were like, we hope you die quick because this is costing us a bloody fortune. And so, yeah, thank you, VHI, for those lovely flowers.
Aer Lingus, VHI, they're all out to you.
Dunn Stores is on my list as well. So I have garden furniture, right? And out the back, I write out the back in the morning, and all of a sudden the glass table just smashed, exploded. Nothing hit it, just smashed, right? So I was
lightning.
Like, no lightning, just bang. So scoop all the glass up into a box and get onto tweet. I get the angry mob on Twitter. Oh, Dunn Stores, this happened to this. I am angry. I can't dig, I can't perform, but I'm gonna go mad at Dunn Stores. So I was raging, and I posted online, has anyone's tables just smashed? And then people were telling me about their stories and their stories. It's taken me 4 months to get my voucher from Dunn Stores as a thank you. And the last tweet I got off them was, well, actually, let me read it out, actually, because this
Read it out.
Sorry. I was so excited that I was getting my vouchers, but this is what they said to me, right? Dunn Stores. Here we go.
What's Dunn Stores logo?
Hi, Paul. It was just the silence and the delay with the response which kept me frustrated. Thank you for responding back to my above message. I'm happy to accept the 100-euro voucher if you could send it on to my address below, and just let me know when it has been sent. All the best. Then I get this back. Hi, David. Thank you for your recent message. Your gift card has been raised. What does that even mean? Your gift card has been raised. It's either a yes or no answer. We'll get back to you by the end of the week, and then it's out in the post, and then it arrived, and I got my 100-euro voucher. After 4 months,
amazing.
They want you to give up, people. They want you to give up. Don't give up.
Yeah, they make it complicated. I mean, I was getting a train to Galway on Saturday morning at like 7 o'clock, and Irish Rail never sent me an email. But, guys, I felt the anger, but I played it cool. I walked up and said to the woman, hey, how are you? I didn't get an email. It was all fine. But I wanted to rage out, but it wasn't her fault. That's my story.
Jack,
didn't pick rage.
one quick question. What hair product do you use?
I feel like this show is great because I literally can just bring all the products on. It's called Rework Putty. VO5.
Thank you.
Are you still going to read that sponsorship message from Dunn Stores, Jack?
Dunn Stores, always better value.
Yeah.
So I talk today. It's
my nice Coca-Cola. Do not sell separately. Hey.
I really want to sponsor. I'm just throwing anything I have around. My top today is from Top Man, but it's very like Don Draper. It's kind of like the 50s. All I need now is like a cigarette or something.
Yeah.
Thanks for that therapy, Jack. I just feel like I got it off my chest. There was a lot of anger there. Thank you for listening.
Häagen-Dazs, Uncle Ben's, Dunn Stores, Aer Lingus, VHI. We're all. It's anyone else, Louise? Do you have anyone you just want to
add to the list of
yeah
that won't sponsor you? I won't.
Come on,
Yet.
We just diss brands.
I do have a fake Red Bull here that I found in my press that I had to have before this. Red Thunder.
Hey,
yeah,
that's very
strike on it.
And David,
yeah,
is the play coming to Ireland? Are we seeing the play, or is it going to America first?
Yeah. Well, see, this is the first time we haven't worked in electric picnic since 2008. So I work with Circus. So we've been building shows and events for years, and so. Like everybody, like every industry right now, I don't see a festival or venues at full capacity for another 2 years. That's my take on what we're dealing with now. Yeah, 100%. Right. Yeah, I don't see.
So Rascal Comedy could be around for a long time.
Yeah, I'm telling you. No, look, this is great. You get people on to talk, to give a platform, but realistically, I understand why companies are moving dates because people have bought tickets and they want to hold on to that money and they want to keep people's hopes up, but. Yeah. The reality of the situation is I don't see festivals back till 2022. Yeah, that would be my more positive news here on Rascal.
Hey, no,
it's going to be okay.
Jackie, you have an outside comedy version of this coming up, don't you?
Yes, I do, on the 23rd of August.
Oh,
it's going to be the same style. It's going to be me. It's going to be basically the Graham Norton show. No, it's going to be me. Interviewing stand-ups, and then they're going to do some stand-up. And yeah, we're going to try.
Where's the venue?
I can't say. I've been told not to. I'm not allowed.
Oh. Could you say where it potentially is, or like Dublin?
It's in Dublin
City. Dublin City.
It's in Dublin. No, they said to me, "Don't tell anybody."
And how do you spell Balia Ahaclia?
There's a father in there somewhere.
Well, I'm really dyslexic, so I'd be.
It's
cool. I try and sound it out.
He's pleading the dyslexic fifth, is it?
Yeah. Well, I was also exempt from Irish, so. Ooh. So, David, you're not keen on doing a set today?
No. I just wanted to be a part of the mix with you guys. Feel alive again, guys. I feel like I want to be like an audience member. I want to feel like what it is to sit in an audience and listen to comedians perform.
And just listen to us. I mean, Mags getting involved again.
And I got free therapy as well. I got free therapy, so.
Oh, she's getting personal with the tops. Ooh, right. Well, I mean, this top would be around Mags' era. So
actually, one time we were given with Mags in where we were in, was it Kildare? I think it was, and I was doing a live Instagram feed while she was singing, and we got pulled over by the police. And I didn't realize Mags at the time had got lipstick and painted all over her face. So I was doing a live thing. We were going around the roundabout. Mags, I love this story. We were going around the roundabout a few times. The cops pulled us over, and they thought we were smoking weed. She had lipstick. I had the phone. I put the phone down. Then they searched the car, and obviously Mags was set with a wheelchair, and I'm a weird guy. I keep loads of foreign currency on me a long time. So they were like,
right.
So do you sell drugs? Do you smoke drugs? And why do you have all this currency? Meanwhile, my Instagram is still going live and everybody can hear everything.
That's the best.
they stripped it. They bring us down to the station to do a strip search, and then the copper turned over the Instagram live, and he just saw all the comments, and then he deleted it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that
That's
was
amazing. Yeah.
Mental.
oh wow.
Oh yeah, and then he said, "Where were you?" We were given a place called the Crack Shack. He goes, "Oh, you think you're funny, do you?" I was like, "No, that's the name of the comedy club. It's called the Crack Shack." Yeah.
Did they strip search you in the end?
No, they decided to they took Mags down to a female guard, took Mags down to another car, and they just patted me down and took our identity. And then they drove us out, actually. They stopped the roundabout for us to leave to go on the main road to get out of the village. It was mad.
I'd be afraid to be strip searched by the guards. Right, oh, now drop the trap pants. Drop them. Come on.
Oh, yeah, because the nightclub. Do you hear about the nightclub on Bagger Street, which was a strip club? And the guard was found being whipped with the crucifix. Do you hear about that story?
Yes, I did. I wish I didn't hear it on the news, though.
So that's where you work late at night. That's where the
better
venue is.
follow up your
That's
Instagram,
where
by
the
the way.
venue is. That's where the venue is.
Imagine if it was a
Yeah, he's
strip club,
headlining.
like, I'm there in leather, like, welcome to Rascal Comedy. Who's been naughty? Anyway, guys, you can follow David on, that's his Instagram, right down there, Irish Playwright. Check him out, especially if you want to see how the play goes. And
Yeah, if you want to see the play or find out how I got my voucher off Dunn Stores or any other refunds over the last 4 months.
Or if you're angry as well with brands and you're like, David, I share your passion.
They want you to give up. They want you to give up, but don't, because you'll get that money. You'll get that money.
Get the money. So we're gonna move on to our last guest, and thank God she's here because we didn't know it's Louise. Finally, what a strange second name. I swore it was O'Toole.
No, changed it just about 20 minutes ago.
Any relation to Peter O'Toole?
I wish. No. No.
It's your accent that gave it away.
Now, yeah. I might try and, trace back to them.
Louise was always a lovely niece of mine. Very fond of a glass of brandy like her nephew. I heard. Cool. How are you, Louise? How's
I'm
life?
okay, yeah. After my 30 minutes fighting with technology there.
You won in the end.
I did, yeah.
They want you to give up.
I know, yeah, they do. It was exactly like Dunn Stores. Google Chrome.
Your computer was like,
okay, Google is now, that's going to be my bugbear. Google Chrome.
You made it. What have you been up to during lockdown? Have you just been chilling?
Yeah, just chilling. I'm just back from Dingle. I was down in Kerry this weekend.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
How's Kerry?
Any Americans, Louise?
Apparently, I actually didn't hear any, David, now, and I have friends who said they heard them all weekend. And last night at dinner, they were saying it's the busiest they've seen Dingle in 20 years.
Wow, he's
What?
Yeah. So I was like, there was no social, like, it's very hard to even social distance out in the streets. Like, it was so packed. And, well, I mean, good that they're getting business, and most people are obviously trying their best to maintain the social distance at tables and stuff in restaurants. But
they're just all like, hey, let's go to Dingle.
Yeah, the whole country, plus a load of Americans, plus, I'd say, some English and stuff as well. So.
Louise, can I ask you a quick question? Because this is something that was on my mind. You know, people use the word staycation. I don't get that. Are you going on a vacation? Like, you're visiting Dingle for you to have fun? Like, would you call it a staycation or just a vacation or a holiday? Sorry for jumping in. I was just
No, yeah, it is a bit. I think, I'd use the hashtag, like, on the bandwagon, but it's not. We don't call it vacation, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking more. Is it like a homely day, like a home holiday?
Stale day, stay day. I don't know.
Yeah, stale day, which doesn't sound that great. We definitely, the staycation. We need to find our own version of that. I did see had an Irish version of it.
Where are you from originally, Louise?
Me, I'm from Bray, County.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ.
Controversial. I'm on the border. People like,
I feel like
Bray,
Dubs.
that's in Wicklow, and I'm like, yeah, but my house is in Dublin.
Like, David, you can answer this as well. I feel like Dublin, the Dublinese, you guys go Dublin and then Culture Town. Like everything else is just Culture Town.
Well, I've got family who live in the Knoll, which is literally 15 minutes from Swords, and that's like countryside and farmland. So like North Bengal, like as much as I love Swords and all that, but like a lot of farming lands, you know what I mean, out our direction. And if you like kyows and you like to smoke a bit of weed, they grow great pot, I believe.
You've read.
Uncle Tom likes to grow the good stuff, baby.
That's where the Dublin farmers are.
That was a good brand story this week, all right. I think they got like more publicity and popularity from that than they had before now. Everyone's like, oh, Kyo.
Amazing. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I think it'll be legalized soon. I think in the next 5 years.
I
think so.
It's not legal.
No, yeah, it is. So you have to buy it off a dodgy man.
Yeah, in a shell tracksuit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so. In the next soon, I think so. You know, everything. You know, America's doing it. The UK will do it, and then we'll follow. Then, you know.
How many states in America are doing it now?
Colorado, Utah, Los Angeles. But the problem is, it's really expensive to get in. You have to have about $1 million to break that market. It's expensive to, like the monopolies are going to come together. Like Coca-Cola are going to be making their own weed, or Uncle Ben's weed.
Wow. Uncle Ben's weed.
Yeah,
that Uncle Ben's weed guy is so inspirational, you know. Think that he came over
Imagine
all
it's
these
Uncle
hurdles.
Ben's face, and then just enjoy it. He's like,
I think 80% of America's weed comes from California.
yeah, Cali weed.
I hear there was this region in California where the police officers literally they arrested all the weed producers and production people just before it became legal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they themselves started selling it. They started their own business. They basically took out all the competition before they set up their business.
Yes.
That is so bad.
People in jail like a day before it became legalized.
And the guy who led it out was actually at your comedy gig. He was the U.S. Marine.
That was it, yeah. Sure, even like, didn't they run when they legalized it in Canada? They ran out. They were like, we smoked it all. It's all gone, man. So yeah, Louise, back to you anyway. You like weed, so that's good. I'm trying to link weed. Let's go back to you. But you've been fine.
Jack, I have a lot of weeds in my garden. Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't smoke those weeds though.
You know, it almost came to it during lockdown, but you know.
You're there with a nettle.
Yeah. This stings. It burns.
Yeah. Back to the throat. And have you been writing or have you been performing to your mirror?
Oh yeah, always performing to the mirror. Yeah, doing a bit of writing, doing a few gigs. But yeah, working away as well, doing online yoga classes, you know, all that crap.
Nice. Yeah. Is it kind of like streaming? So like the teacher streams and you're kind of there in your room, like.
Yeah, and then, like it's funny. Like I always turn on my camera so they can see me because I want the feedback. Like I needed human interaction. I was like, I want them to say, "Good job, Louise."
And do they?
No, not as much as they should.
Not even a namaste. Not a namaste. No.
Louise, your posture's terrible today. It's fine.
It actually is. How did you know?
The best part about the yoga is when you lie down afterwards, and well, my yoga teacher used to do this, and then just they do that thing with where they rub you, and it's
yeah. So I'm actually like I'm back to teaching this week, and like I'm really I'm stressed about it because exactly like that, like in yoga, a big part of it, or for me anyway, is assisting. You know, so it's like helping people get into the right position or helping them relax their shoulders, and then we got to do it without touching anybody.
Like why else would you go to yoga? You want the social interaction. You want the touch.
Feel something.
Yeah,
exactly. Mainly your hands on my body.
You want your personal space not to be respected, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to a yoga class.
Exactly.
You want a bum in your face.
Exactly. That's what I go there for, you know. I love it. Like, yeah, like everyone's in like tight clothes and no one's wearing socks. And you know, I had a yoga teacher once, and she loved the ganja. She was just, she didn't wear a bra either. It was brilliant. That's why I went. No.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not one of those yoga teachers now.
You know, like, hey guys, we don't need clothes today.
Yeah.
It's all good. No, yeah, yoga. Well, I even found like I was very tense as a child, and then yoga just loosened me out. And...
As a child?
What child is tense? What are you?
I was overweight. I was really fat, and I sat down a lot, and my body was just shit.
I was very tense as a child. Is that like...
Yeah. I had a very traumatic. Let's not get into it.
I had a very traumatic childhood. I was very tense.
With a therapy session.
I had a very traumatic childhood because there was no yoga in Mayo.
I'd say there's a bit now, though.
Yeah.
Fairly hippie.
There's one guy in Claremorris, and he's very Mayo with his yoga. He's very drill sergeant. Right, lads? Take some water if you need it. Right, let's start. Like, it's very macho yoga, and everyone's
right, lads. Namaste.
still very tense.
Oh no.
I was like, what? Right, don't force yourself. Take your time.
He just got fired as the under 10s GA coach, and this is the only place he can go.
Inter-county yoga. I love it.
Is there a background check? No. Oh,
Come on.
I'm aboard.
Hurry up. Downward dog.
You aren't worth shooting. No chakras to any of you.
Fuck's sake. Louise, are you ready to hit the stage?
I don't know if I am, but sure, we'll give it a go.
You're funny, you know?
I know. This whole, tech issues was really just a ploy for me to be, am I the final act now?
Hey!
You're headlining.
Yeah, it was just my ploy to headline.
That's all right. This show, of all the shows I've done, this is the longest, but I feel like I've just
I
had so much fun.
Don't worry.
We've just had so much fun. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this up for you. Okay, everybody, last act of the night. Get your hands together for Louise O'Toole. Whoa!
Yeah, I'll just continue on the yoga stream. I think I did train to become a yoga teacher last year, and because I thought it'd look good on my Tinder bio. A good reason to do 200 hours of yoga teacher training. But I did think now that I would get kind of ripped from doing my yoga teacher training from all those hours of yoga. It turns out I did not. I did not get ripped. I did get a lot of Indian takeaways though, because every day we go into class and they'd be like, today we're going to try Viparita Karani. I'm like, amazing. That is my favorite side dish from the Bombay pantry. It turns out it's not actually a chickpea and cardamom taste sensation. It's actually a yoga pose where you lie on the ground with your legs up the wall. Which incidentally does have a very similar effect on the body to an Indian takeaway. By that I mean sound effect and smell effect. And that's what I don't really get about like yoga in the West. Like, I don't get why there aren't more men doing yoga, like in Ireland in particular, you know. I really don't understand that, because in the East a lot of men do yoga, a lot of your yoga gurus are men. And I don't get it here, because you guys actually only have one hole that you can fart out of. We actually have twice that many. So that is one of the benefits, though, of online yoga classes. You can mute your sound. So nobody knows what's coming out of either hole. So I will miss that when we go back to the real world yoga this Wednesday. I'll be trying to mute myself as I go. Yep, so that's me, guys. That's all. I was going to do my little bit on yoga.
Louise O'Toole, everyone! You'll be going back now. You'll just forget that you're not muted, you know.
I know, yeah.
Oh. No, you'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna steal the audience for a second. I'm gonna promote some things. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you watched the whole show, thank you so much. We have a live show coming on the 23rd of August. So the lineup is going to be announced soon. I'm in talks with people, you know. And I'll be able to announce the venue because they said, no, or we will take it away. And if you enjoy the show, we've got a link. If you want to tip us, imagine me with a bucket, like a little puppy. If you want to throw us some money or buy us a coffee, support, and all the money will go back into the business, and we will try and grow Rascal Comedy, and especially when we come back and we have live shows, we'll try and make a great platform for comedians. Thank you so much. Now let's just say goodbye to our comedians. Without them, we would not have a show. So thank you to Conor Browne, Matthew Tallon, David Gilna, and Louise O'Toole. Thank you so much, guys. Should we do a bit of a Derek Mooney, like, bye?
Bye.
Bye, everybody.